at halftime and then in that first timeout after halftime?
So the message at halftime was, I thought we got up 17. Then we stopped taking open shots, and our missed open shots led to a bad shot or a turnover. And for whatever reason, we were trying to make extra passes or had missed a couple, and it was like, no, you get the lid off the basket. You get the lid off the basket. And then, let's see, so the message was, we just got to stay with it, taking shots, do your job. And then to start the third quarter, their want-to was just a little bit, it's not that our want-to disappeared, because I don't ever question this team's competitive drive, but they definitely just outworked us for about 5 minutes. And then it just kind of let them play through it. I had called two timeouts early. It was kind of back and forth there. We gave them some confidence, let them back in the game. Obviously, give them a bunch of credit because they made shots and played really hard. Not trying to take anything away from what they did to us, but so it was like almost like get to the media. I think we got a good look. Sophie got a great offensive rebound, missed it. Des missed it. KP grabs it, gets an and one. We go to we talked to the timeout, like, so she goes out and makes the free throw. It's a 4-point game, and it's just all about getting stops, because it never really worried, because I thought we were getting good shots. It was just a matter of like being a little bit tougher, being the first one to the floor on a loose ball. Thank you. And that's really what it was. But I thought KP really kind of took the lid off the basket for us there in the third quarter.
How do you feel shot selection has been overall this year? Has it improved as the season's gone on?
Honestly, yes. I feel like we take good shots. And I think it was there in that second quarter. I think for whatever reason, Des was extra passing, Ella was extra passing. And I love our willingness to share the basketball, but that's do your job. If we work to get you open, take your shot. Whether you make it or miss it, trust that somebody can get an offensive rebound. If you don't take the shot that you're working for, then chances are we're going to turn it over like we did today. And a lot of those turnovers today were just like really, really weird. But yeah, I do like us on the offensive end.
Thank you.
Yep.
That decision to not call the timeout, is that something that's just spur of the moment, or is that something where you think, not necessarily before this game, but leading up to the season, if we find ourselves in this situation, this is how I want to approach it?
Probably just depending on the flow of the game. I think I had called the two early. I love the ability to advance the ball in the women's game under a minute if you need it. The media was getting closer. I thought if it got to 10, I would probably call timeout. Luckily for us, it didn't. We're just kind of hanging on. And honestly, this early in the season, test your team. What are you made of in a moment? Can you come together in the moment? And I thought we did. We found a way to get it to 4 or 5, I guess, and then 4 when we came out of the media. But I thought in different lineups coming in because we got in foul trouble. So really proud of our team for just staying tough in the moment.
You've talked a lot about like the eye contact and the timeouts and the body language and things like that. Is that what you saw tonight? Is that on par with what you've seen?
Yeah, it's great. I think Lana missed 2 free throws, but I call her over to me and she grabs me by the hands like, hey, you got these. And I know she doesn't make them, but like her head nod, her eye contact. Sophie, same thing, and that's a lot. Sophie and Rashada, their maturity from last year to this year, I didn't get that at all last year, and so their maturity is huge. And then Ella, Mari, Des, Reagan always have just maturity, and then Lana and KP, they just want to be great, so they're dying and hanging on to everything you say to them. But yeah, nothing has changed.
What Rashada was able to do down the stretch, how much confidence can that give her moving forward?
Yeah, she was great. And her willingness, and not her willingness, but like her, to bring her off the bench, right? And her acceptance of it to okay, this is what coach needs from me, what coach wants from me right now. This is what our team needs, and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna own it. I don't know if it's gonna be how it is the whole season, but her energy off the bench has been really good for us the last 2 games. And then I'll tell you what, she knocked down some really, really important jumpers for us. She got a great flash out of our little 1-3-1 zone set, knocked it down, hit one on the baseline, and then a ball screen in front of the bench with Reagan was just massive.
You're getting, I mean, Reagan seems to be kind of stepping up at the right time, and is that just being a veteran and her leadership coming through a little bit?
Yeah, I've got to do a better job, because she plays so hard. I've got to do a better job of giving her breaks here and there, because she plays so hard. It's when she gets tired, it's when the ball gets thrown out of bounds, and I think that's kind of what happened today. Because she plays so hard, we got to do a better job there. But there, got a little frustrated with her in the third quarter. She took it, she owned it, she came back in, and she was a massive part of that run after KP's and one.
Your practices on Saturday and Sunday?
Tough,
How would
tough.
You,
Tough. Yeah, a lot of defense. I don't know. I mean, my groins were sore from just demonstrating what I wanted, so I can imagine what theirs felt like. And I told the staff in the locker room after the IU Indy game that there was a good chance we were gonna not shoot the basketball well on Monday, and it's pretty much what happened. And I just told our team, like, we're gonna continue to practice that hard, and our bodies are going to adjust to it until we figure it out. Like, until we can just get better defensively, we've got to keep working at that. We haven't clicked well enough when we've just like walked through things, so we've got to be full. Like, shoot around today was full speed. We guarded our guys full speed, and so until it becomes automatic, and we've got 7 new players on the floor from last year's. Sorry, only two played last year, and so there was a like a security blanket last year with Caitlin and Madison and JT, Abby, who had played and understood what we could do out of a timeout and change it. They didn't have to go full speed all the time, and so until we can get there, we're gonna have to go full speed. And then just tell them, you take care of yourself, get your legs up. You've got all this technology you take home for you. There's cold ice baths in there. We'll do our job. We'll take tomorrow off. We'll bring him in on Wednesday, get some shooting in on Thursday. So we'll practice Wednesday, and then we'll be light again on Thursday so we can prep Friday, Saturday for Sunday's game.
You probably need to go through the film a little bit more, but from a defensive standpoint, were there
Better.
improvements
No doubt.
that you saw?
No doubt. Still things that we can continue to get better on, just understanding angle. We like to slide defensively. I like to pop. I like to kind of beat them to the spot there. I love to play, not necessarily pack line or white line, but I love to be deep and help. I think, we have a team that can fly around on the perimeter, and once we understand angles and closeouts and taking away shots, oftentimes we close out with our hands low. So just understanding all of that, and then breaking habits that some of us have had from previous schools, and then some of us who are still learning. I think 2 years ago, with not as an athletic team, we were pretty high in field goal percentage defense in the Big Ten. So the idea is to try to get back there.
Did you do any shooting at all over the weekend?
We asked them, so we get 4 hours, right? So we were on the court about a little over 2 hours, watched a lot of film, and then asked them to get in some shots on their own, to track them, send them up to Abby and the GA, so they did see the ball go through the basket. But I think over the last 2 days, we probably spent so today and shoot around probably 8 minutes against their 1-3-1, no, less than that. 10 minutes on a split shooting. Sunday, we probably did about, you're looking at less, like 35, 45 minutes on the offensive end. So, maybe. That's including shoot around today.
You guys good? Anything else?
All right, appreciate y'all.
Thank you.